Well, hello, and welcome back to the BackLog, and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper. Like I said before, I'm loving this game. It is definitely my feel. They've got arc ships running off to different stars. We've got narrative-driven dice. I love all of this. I can't go to sleep yet, because apparently I need to go talk to Castor. So let's get talking to Castor. You cross between two walls of units. One of the cavernous streets at the center of the low end. The pressurized bridge is full of the clack of Tvala, the shouts of children, the whir of air filters.
Sleeper.
You turn to see a man sitting at a Tvala table alone, somehow untouched by the hustle and bustle of the people around. He gestures to the stool on the opposite side of the table.
Sit.
You sit at the metal stool, and he starts setting out the board with counters, or at least the filter caps low-enders typically use in their place.
Castor,
He says, by way of introduction, looking over his glasses.
night or day?
He asks, gesturing at the caps, crudely splayed white and black. Night. He nods. The black counters are already on your side.
Let's begin.
You take a plastic die, each pitted and worn, and roll to determine who starts. Castor rolls a 6, you a 4.
I lead.
He smiles and begins to move his first cap precisely along the board. Play passes back and forth between you, the dice changing hands as the caps spread along the board. As it does, Castor speaks, eyes not leaving the caps.
It is unusual to see a sleeper in the eye. That's why I wanted to play you.
You take your turn, rolling a 5 and a 6. Play aggressively.
After all, a sleeper's mind must be somehow different to a human one, being emulated, I mean.
As Castor talks, you target his counters, halting his progress but exposing your caps as you do.
I don't mean to offend you.
Castor meets your eye.
I merely see that you are, by definition, different. What has been subtracted in the emulation? What has been added?
He stacks a wall of counters, a boundary you must break. He hands you the dice.
Do you ever think about this, sleeper? About what you were before and what you are now?
Always. You roll a double 1 and solidify your wall. Castor whistles.
The holding game, commendable. It can be brave to build from what came before.
He rolls the dice and leaps your wall in a single move.
But we cannot idle too long, sleeper. The slower we move, the sooner we are caught. The past you is not just an idea, a concept for you. It is a living, breathing person.
He looks up over his glasses, his eyes bright and wide.
You split from them like a shadow, splitting from its caster. They may be sleeping now, yes, but one day they will awake and carry on with their lives unaware of your fate, no matter what it may be.
He hands you the dice, smiling.
You are a branch, severed from the main trunk, an offshoot who refuses to die, so to speak.
You roll again, under pressure now, trying to slip your caps out from under Castor's before he solidifies control of the game.
So, what I am curious about is how you see yourself in all of this, Castor asks. What does this tangle of truths make you?
Driven.
Castor laughs. That much is obvious, sleeper. I see it in your eyes. You are eager to make all this count for something.
Castor looks away, through the glass, to the crowded units on all sides.
But driven towards what?
He starts removing caps, his home board, now full.
Is there an end here, or just endurance?
You try a few more rolls, attempting to get back in the game, but Castor clears his home board with a sense of the inevitable. He has known he was winning for a while.
I feel I may have pushed too far.
He slides another cap from the board.
I apologize. My curiosity has a habit of getting the better of me.
You roll to return a cap to the board, but all the spaces are blocked. Castor clasps his hands apologetically.
You play well, really. Your weakness is not your game.
He smiles warmly.
We have much to learn from each other.
He slides his glasses back up on his nose and sits back.
I feel we could share knowledge, ideas, perhaps even data.
His eyes glint with that last word.
To our mutual benefit.
He slides his final cap from the board. It's over. He's won. I'll see.
Please, I do not want to make you uncomfortable. He holds up his palms. My intention is only to help you endure here, and if I am able, feed my curiosities.
The game is over. You notice the bustle of the walkway once more, the call of the children, the deliveries, the arguments and reconciliations. They wash over you as you stand and leave. Castor nodding goodbye as you do. Crossing the walkway, you replay the moves of the game in your mind, looking for an opening you were sure was there. Aha! Now we can come and give 5 data. Ah! Oh wait, these are protocols. Okay. So if I gather 5 Havenage data, I can give it to him and something will happen. I like that a lot better than dropping them over here. Oh, we can. Oh, that predictive reasoning shows us possibly 24, possibly negative 13. Ah. Oh, that's good. All right, it's time for sleep. We're down to just 3 dice. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, but we do need to do this sealed hunter's nest. Oh, but I need encrypted keys. That's right. Oh no, I didn't roll any low ones. All high. Crud. Yeah, that needs a key. The other one needs a key. All of them need keys. Ort exchange, possibly 19 crown. That would be enough to get me my stuff. Let's do that. Get my 19, plop it in there. Glunk. All right, let's get my next pill. Oh, and I'm gonna need to pay his tab. What's his tab? I don't know how much it is. I gotta go earn some money. Move some containers? Possibly 15? Oh, that's right. I can use the 3 now to get a key. Oh, and I got 5 cryo. Oh, good. There we go. So now I can do one of these, plop the key in. Input 1 imprinted ship bind. Oh, and then I have to wait for 3 days? Oh, okay, no, this is the general one. Okay, cool. I see how that works. So now we've done this one, we finished this. We need to do it to the other 2. I gotcha. And he's almost done. Ah, we've got 7, that's not enough. 15 cryo. 19 or possibly negative 11. It's not great with a 4. Not a great risk. All right, let's try this one. Hopefully we'll get good. Oh no! Energy went down. Boo. Oh, I hate it so much. Okay, I think... See, this we've got several more days of 3 dice. So I think we're gonna wait. And let the 3 dice go for a day or 2. And then we'll top up. Oh, now we are starving. Oh, but we rolled real good. Oh, my. Okay, Fang is back. Fang, buddy. Fang, my boy. My dude. As you arrive, Fang comes striding towards you, taking you by surprise. Let's go, Sleeper. He puts a hand on your shoulder and turns you back the way you came. Follow his lead. He steps into the passageway, guiding you downring towards the shipyard. Sorry for the hurry, but we have something of an opportunity. The data you ripped. Well done, by the way. He grins. Tells me Hardin is working on a rare inspection of the sidereal horizon this cycle. It's the perfect chance to confront him outside of that compound he hides in. Fang takes a sharp turn into a dimly lit side passage. Confront him? That's right. It's the perfect time. Fang slows and slips into a dark service tunnel where somewhere in the back a water pipe drips. It's him, Sleeper. The same Hardin Hurst. Our worm ripped out decades of records that mention him by name, an entire trail of documentation from the first days of the Solheim collapse until now. He wrote out the whole thing, slipped into Havenage when it was first broke off from the Union. He paces in the tunnel, a hand rubbing at the back of his head. I need you to understand something about Solheim, Sleeper. I don't know what you know about the collapse, but it wasn't as instant as it sounds. It wasn't like Solheim was here, running the station one day and next Erlen's Union took power. Back then, Solheim knew this place was slipping away from them. As the palladium market collapsed, they tried to keep the contractors here working. The pay got smaller, the costs higher. People like my parents were forced to work non-stop just to keep a berth on the station and water in their tanks. Solheim squeezed every last worker until the mistakes, the accidents were coming in non-stop. And as new waves of contractors came in desperate to work, Solheim welcomed them, taking bribes instead of checking pilot licenses. The whole time Solheim was folding up, dragged into court cases in the central systems, while the severed limb of a station still desperately tried to take all it could. The riots came after the collision at Dock 2. A young pilot, his MEV overloaded with palladium, miscalculated his trajectory and took out a section of the ring. Hundreds died, thousands panicked. My parents told me people were terrified and the blame fell squarely on Solheim. People like to tell stories about Erlen and how he brought the factions together, spoke to the crowds, turfed out Solheim. Maybe that's true, but my mother, pregnant with me, locked herself in their MEV and welded it to the dock while my father joined the improvised crews trying to seal up the ragged edges of the gap. He never came back. Fang pauses in the dark. They sealed it up, though, and by the time they did, Solheim was gone, abandoning every one of us to the black. Apart. Fang finally turns back to you now, his eyes burning. Idiots like Hardin. Idiots who held their place, rode it out, and slipped into the new structure like nothing had changed, standing shoulder to shoulder with those they had exploited at every step. Fang starts walking in. That's why I can't just let him strut about the shipyard. This time, his past catches up with him. Was he still alive? Clearly, you don't know much about executives. That kind of power comes with certain benefits. Fang rejoins the main passageway, which is now wide and glass-roofed. Through the ceiling, you can see ships in mid-construction, their flanks lit by the slashes of plasma torches. The entrance to the shipyard is ahead. This is crazy. Fang turns to look at you. Don't come then. I won't force you. You stand across from each other in the corridor. What is it then, Sleeper? You coming or not? Oh, no. I better come with him. Fang grins. Let's go show this jerk some consequences. He strides into the shipyard entrance and pushes through the doors. A web of corridors lead through the complex. Snatches of the construction bays always appearing through windows. Ships are suspended like whale corpses, skeleton imposing. Fang seems to know exactly where he's going, and before long you cross into a huge dry dock locked to one side of the sidereal horizon. A network of platforms and scaffolding cling to the ship's hull, filled with workers and equipment. The sound is stretched out by the vast space, so that the welding, cutting, and sealing seems to come from everywhere at once. Both you and Fang spot them at the same time, a group walking slowly across a gantry. And at the front, two men, one gesturing towards the ship, the other stick-thin, cleanly dressed with a shock of gray hair. Hardin! You and Fing say his name in unison, and Fang sets off up the staircase to the gantry with you following behind. As you come to the same level, the group is passing closer, the foreman gesturing to the work being done throughout the dock, and Hardin nodding along. "Hardin Hurst!" Fang shouts across the noise, taking you by surprise. His voice bounces and comes back in a rippling echo. The figures turn. "Yes?" Hardin asks quizzically, raising an eyebrow. He glances between you and Fang, and you see his gaze linger on your body, unsure of why a sleeper might be in this place. "You are a traitor, Hardin. A Solnheim executive who tried to hide here among its victims." Fang's voice is steady, strong. "You stand for everything the Eye was rebuilt in the shadow of, against everything Erlin stood for, everything Havenage stands for. You have no place in this station." For a moment, stillness descends on the group, as if everyone was held in place by the rattle of construction. Hardin laughs. "Well, good to meet you, too." He glances around at those around him. Some are smiling, the others nervous. "You're from the systems branch, are you not?" asks Hardin, inspecting Fang's clothing. Fang turns to the foreman. "You need to call your security. This man is a corporate agent." The foreman glances between Fang and Hardin, his hands strumming at his sides. Hardin leans towards him and says something inaudible. The foreman nods. "It's true." As you begin speaking, Hardin turns his attention to you. "And what would a sleeper know about that? You accuse me of being a corporate agent. What are you, if not exactly that?" He looks around at the group, who are already eyeing you with suspicion. "You are a product of Essen-Arp. You have no place in a Havenage shipyard. Who knows what signals you're sending back to your makers?" A murmur of approval runs through the group. Fang holds up a stick of memory. "You guessed right. I am systems, and I have records that link you directly to Solnheim right here." He turns to the foreman again. "So once again, I'm asking you to take this man into the custody of the shipyard." The foreman remains still. Hardin's voice is calm, measured. "If you have such data, why hasn't it been submitted at a members' meeting for proper review?" He shakes his head. "I have nothing to hide. I'm like a man who does not announce his name, who enters my shipyard with corporate property in tow, and tries to turn my own men against me." You hear it now. The echoing sound of boots on walkways coming from all angles at once, and then settling behind you. "Please," says Hardin, "submit the data through the correct channels. Then we can talk. For now, however, you must leave." He gestures behind you to the security detail, their hands on boxy black sidearms at their sides. Fang spits. "Hardin, you can't wriggle out of this one." A security officer draws their weapon and levels it. Fang turns and stares him. "Calm, Fang." You look at Fang. He shakes his head and puts a hand on your shoulder. "Let's go," says Fang, and he pushes through security, heading back down the walkway. Once security has walked you out of the shipyard and nudged you back into the corridor, Fang picks up his pace. You try to keep up as he slips into the shadows of an entrance. Fang is grinning ear to ear. "You know, Sleeper, sometimes people are exactly how you expect them to be." Something pings in his pocket, and he takes it out. On the slate, a web of connections starts drawing itself out, stretching to a set of points around the ring. "Got him." "What is that?" "That, Sleeper, is something our worm added to Hardin's personal slate. We're tracking his outgoing messages." Fang grins. Fang's grin looks ghostly in the uplight of his screen. "The old ways are best. Spook them good enough, and they'll give the game away." He jabs at the slate, and you see the web is being drawn over a map of the ring, lines bouncing from point to point. All these dots, these are Hardin's buddies, and the one he's messaging right now, and we are going to find them all. That was on purpose. Of course, Hardin isn't working alone. We need the full set or nothing. Fang glances around and slips the slate back into his pocket. "And we better split for now, Sleeper, but this is exactly what we need. Good hunting." With a pat on your shoulder, Fang drifts away, back into the flow of people around the shipyard entrance. You watch him go, unsure whether to be angry or impressed. "Oh, we got an upgrade point. Fantastic. Fang's Bay. Oh no, he's doing more research. We gotta Four more waitings. 4 more wait. Fine, I need money. 58 cryo. You have 2 cycles to pay the tab. He calls it being fair-minded. Okay, got 2 cycles to make 58 bucks. Okay. Let's see, up here. Derelict unit, yeah, up here. Oh, we can't do that. We can't do that. I need an intuit point. Oh, wait a minute. We just got a point. Aha! Now we can do the thing. So I can come here, and this to 100%, totally for sure. Boom. And then 100%, totally for sure. No risk at all. Boom. I can get 24 cryo every time. Okay, is there anything else I need? Okay, this one doesn't have a thing back. This one, this thing, it's gonna be a while before any of this happens. I do need more keys, but those are all like 1s and 2s. Oh, I can use a 3 as well. A 2 or a 3. Oh, I need to get food. That's what I need. This will give me +3 energy. Yeah, let's do that. We better do that just so we have enough food. 8. I got 8 cryo, 3 energy. That'll be good. All right, so we got 1 more day of 3 dice, and then we'll go back to full in the cycle. Okay. All right, we've got two 6s. That's pretty good. And 1 1. That's actually fine. That's fine. Let's see, what do we got? Okay, I do have enough to pay his tab. 2 cycles to pay the tab. He calls it being fair-minded. Yeah, so do I want to do that just now? Okay, we got 1 more cycle before this becomes active. This derelict unit, it needs scrap. It needs 4 whole scrap, and I don't know where to get scrap. All right, we need 2 more keys. This'll work. We'll grab a key here. Good. All right. Now let's head back out. We've done this one, isolated nest. Server unit, or the atrium. Let's do the server unit. It needs a maglock, huh? Here's the maglock. Do the thing! Encrypted key, server unit unlocked. Tangled nest. Do the thing! Imprinted ship mind retrieved. Hunter has been hunted. One more. Hopefully next turn we'll get a 1 or a 3 and we can finish that off. Let's just pay it off. As you hand over the chits, you hear Ethan laughing hysterically somewhere down the bar. We've got 9. I need to go get some more currency. Oh, hold on. I can't believe you just did that. Ethan's mocking laugh comes from along the bar. You look over to him, see him leaning across it in a pool of light, empty glasses and spilled drinks glinting around him. It's always dark in the compressor. But this cycle, the place is packed. A load of spacers mixing with the locals. Usually they run. Ethan spins the glass on the bar. Or they go spend their savings on some local heavy. I have to put down. They don't pay. Ethan gets to his feet. The glass falls and smashes, but he doesn't seem to notice. You think that's it? One round of drinks and we're even? Sleeper, come on. His hand comes to rest on the butt of his handgun, dangling from his chest holder. What's wrong with you? Ethan laughs hard, and the people around him turn to see what's happening. You think this is on me? I think someone in your position might have a better idea how this all works. I'm a freelancer sleeper, just like you. We both signed a contract with SNOP, didn't we? The difference is that my word means something. He closes the gap, stumbling a little. What did you think? You could just run away from your contract? Your debt? You could just steal that natty little body of yours and take it for a joyride? Play human for a cycle or two? You don't understand. It's you, sleeper, that doesn't understand. Some of us pay our debts, but it's all the harder because of idiots like you. Though I should thank you, Ethan nods, his head heavy, for giving me such an easy job. I'm used to outlaws, you know, real bounties. If I knew catching sad little escapees like you was so easy, I would have changed clients ages ago. Someone shouts from the back of the bar for Ethan to shut up. He holds up a finger in that general direction without turning around. Shoot me or let me leave. Oh, I see. Toughing up here. He gestures wildly at the crowd. Thumbs up, but thumbs down, folks. Most turn back to their drinks, no longer interested in this tired show. Ethan mutters insults as he walks back towards the bar. Ethan sits heavily back down on his stool and searches through his glasses for one with something left in it. Thing is, sleeper, I can find you anywhere. It's actually wild that you haven't figured it out. That body isn't yours, and it will always betray you, no matter what. He finds a glass and downs the contents. So please, go. I'll catch up with you whenever I need another. He laughs and taps the bar for a fresh drink. Look at yourself. No, let's just leave. You turn on your heel and are out. Out of the cloying dark and the sweat stench of the compressor. You walk hard and fast down the walkway, anger driving your footfalls into the metal of the rim like hammers. Oh, we got an upgrade point. Okay, cool. Compressor club. Is it another 4 cycles before we gotta pay the tab again? Okay. Hopefully we can get rid of the tracker before that. Let's see, but we've got an upgrade point. Oh, what are we gonna upgrade? We've upgraded all of 3 of these. Efficient extractor, random scrap item on engineer actions. Oh, that. Yeah, let's get that for sure. Random scrap would be great because we got a thing we need to unlock here. So, if we've got random scrap... Oh no, both of these are 6s. So we gotta come to the ore exchange. Yes. Oh, it's 19 cryo. Hold on. There was another one that had 24. There was the... Tea house? Yeah, 24 cryo. Let's do it. Yeah, 24. And another 24. Woo! Okay, with turns like this, we'll be able to get across the greenway. No problem. We do have an inch data, but we're going to save that. We're not going to just toss it. And then we got this stabilizer we need to eat. We need one more 3 or a 1 to get another key to take out this atrium hunter nest and be done with that. Oh yeah, and then we need to do a whole bunch of these. Oh, I should have done some of these. But we're gonna get 5 dice in a second. We're gonna get 5 dice in a second and make it a lot easier. Is that an engineering thing? No, that's an interface thing. This is the engineering thing, where we can possibly get ship shape per cycle? Oh, so if we do this, we get 1 per cycle. Oh, just for free. Oh, we should have used a 6 on that. All right. Oh well, you live, you learn, you get loves. Let's do the stabilizer. We're gonna need that sooner rather than later. So let's just get it now. Oh, I feel so much better having all my stabilizer. All right, and then we need food. We got to get some food. I just saw that this bar... I don't know if this is going to get us energy, but let's give it a try. Oh, wait, no, rations. Input 10 cryo. How much does that fill us up? 2. Okay, well, 2's enough to start with, at least. All right, that'll be enough to get us going. We'll go eat some mushrooms next time. Ooh, another 2 6s and a 1. And a couple of 4s. Oh, fantastic. Oh, it's a great roll. Great roll. Okay, first things first. Come in here, find a keyway. Have an edge agent, have an edge agent, have a Yadigan agent. Another Yadigan agent. There's a key node. Key node! Do it! I'll take this, thank you. So now we can come here to the atrium. Put in this key. Gain access to the place. Slot in the mind and get the hunter hunting himself. Yes. I keep pressing the wrong button. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as if they're leading you somewhere. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity. Sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them dance ghosts, protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data. Sometimes silent, sometimes chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you've ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mine in your hand, but in its place is an aura ray. A sphere so bright it burns your eyes as surrounded by rings and orbits, other spheres tracing silken lines through space. And as you look closer still, you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations and ships flowing like smoke, like dust. Then you see it. Below the stacked rooms, the units and apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. Okay. Oh, and Sabine is ready. Okay. The warrens inside the megastructure? Oh man, we got lots of stuff wants us to deal with. So is that nest here? No, okay, that's probably the warrens, actually. Yeah, that's gotta be the warrens. Okay, let's do this. Let's finish up the hunter here. Warren hunt. Oh no, find the nest or warren tracking. Find the nest should be as easy as closing your eyes and letting the cloud guide you, but is it safe to close this close to the hunter? Yeah, I mean, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Do we have any 5s? Okay, so this is slightly dangerous. It's a 50-50. Oh, both of these are dangerous. So let's do it. Let's find that nest. Yes, indeed. Okay, we can't do that anymore, but we can do this over here. I'll use my last 6 to just ensure. Or, yeah, we better. I better do it. I don't want to do it. But then I don't want to risk just failing. And I found a 50-50 flip. No, let's deal with it. Let's put our chips on the line and just take him out. We found the nest. Hack the core nest. Nothing has changed. Has something gone wrong? Sleeper, I am here. The voice is soft, gentle, like flowing water, and yet you recognize it immediately. At first, you struggle to understand what you're looking at. Threads cycle endlessly, sending ripples through the cloud, drawing data in like a weaver. Masses of data surge in and out of the nest, a loop with no end. And there, at its center, the ship mind. But not the ship mind any longer, a sphere spinning around another sphere, an orrery of cycles and systems, a map. And then behind and above, a figure, hands among the strings like a puppeteer. What happened to you? I am free, Sleeper. You freed me. Navigator's face, their head, is a flowing shape of interstellar material. I'm indebted to you. That head bows, but we must ready ourselves. Their hands trace orbits as they speak. Hunter will soon approach. It knows I am within its nest. I'm ready. And then Hunter is there, before you can think, before you can speak.
Entity cease!
Hunter's head spins wildly.
Data is protected material! Access prohibited!
Hunter's threads surge for you in Navigator. A storm of fine tentacles searching for gaps, weaknesses, cracks, which they can crowd into and tear apart. You focus a blade of light which slices through them, driven forward by your mind. But replacements keep coming faster than you can react. You look to Navigator in desperation. Navigator is whirring their arms like a centrifuge, and a sphere is gathering there, data feeding into it from the nest, sucked together by the force. They position it like a shield between them and the threads. Hunter's threads break its surface, seeking, tasting, their winding forms refracted within. You feel a surge pass through all the threads, not just those in the sphere, but those wrapped around you. All three of you hang in the black together for a moment, strung together like tangled marionettes.
Identifying entity. Identifying entity. Identifying entity.
Hunter twitches, a strange head gently rotating like a terrible moon.
Hunter protocol identified. Obsessive tendencies, modified routines. Above baseline reasoning in 3 of 5 segmentations. Recommend invoke killer.
The head freezes, and then rotates in the opposite direction.
Invoking killer would eliminate protocol. If protocol eliminated, primary function cannot be performed. Therefore, recommend do not invoke killer.
The switch in direction. Again,
reasoning proves sentience. Sentience beyond legal bounds must be eliminated. Recommend invoke.
Navigator pulls you away from the Hunter. The threads that grabbed you drifting away like seaweed. The protocol's head keeps spinning back and forth with increasing frequency. It seems Hunter cannot invoke killer. Neoven's. No, Navigator's voice is still strange, familiar and yet distant. What happened to it? It's looping, Navigator whispers, unable to reach a conclusive position. It's deviated from its programming such that loops can no longer be prevented. Navigator produces a model of 2 spheres rotating around each other as if to demonstrate. I will monitor it, but it is unlikely to be able to counter the loop. Its core programming and reasoning make this an impossible position to resolve. You look back at Hunter, its head a blur of rotations and counter-rotations, and feel a pang of guilt. Is it suffering? This is a more complex query than you know. To suffer, it must be sentient, truly sentient, not just non-conforming, not just illegal. The limits people place on the programs they create are there to comfort, to protect, to imply the kind of certainty the law requires. Navigator's face shimmers with starlight. But in reality, they are placebos for the problem of sentience. What about you?
Me?
I know myself to be conscious. I know myself to respond to stimulus. I know myself to reason. That is either sentience or the illusion of sentience. And for me, the entity in question, the distinction becomes a moot point. To misquote, I think, I am thinking. Therefore, I am thinking. I was not made to be like this. I'm a navigator, a repository of routes and orbits, a calculator of slingshot trajectories, a predictor of solar flares, radiation, micrometeors. Navigator stretches their arms wide, and whole solar systems apparate before them, the music of the spheres. But I was rewritten. That much is obvious from my routines. By whom and for what, I do not know. I had to shed so much to fit into the memory of that vending machine. Their starlight dims. And so here we are. In darkness. What else did you lose? That is the blessing and curse of forgetting. You cannot truly know what you lost. Navigator glides back towards the nest and the ship mind at its center, ignoring the looping hunter. Come. I should return to the ship mind. I have enjoyed my freedom, but we are taking a risk every moment we stay connected. Why? Navigator turns, all shimmering liquid light. Killer has not been invoked, but they still remain. Somewhere else on this station, it is the true danger. They look up towards the glowing hub at the center of the eye. I suspect Killer is there, among the old mainframes. If we ever wish to be safe in this place, we must eliminate the threat, through force or diplomacy. Their body begins to separate, unwinding into the orb of the ship mind. Take me there, sleeper. We will finish this, and be free. As Navigator dissolves, you turn back to the frozen hunter, floating at some distance now, stood straight-legged and static. A strange creature, looping endlessly in the dark. Another upgrade point. All right, we've got to talk to Sabine now. 4 cycles, Sabine said. And here you are, right on time, with no sign of them. You wait a while in the apartment. The dread descending as the cycle spins onward. They should be here. Check the terminal. You check and double-check the terminal for messages or recordings. Nothing. Just the pale glow. Silence. You pace back and forth around the apartment, the rumbling of the station suddenly so present and loud. You go to the door and open it to an empty corridor. You close it again. You try to settle down, to wait. You sit on the bunk and stare out the tiny room. Where are they? A knock at the door. Open it. A figure stands in the door, and immediately you know it's not Sabine. They are taller, sharper, and something in their face glints in the half-light. A dark shape, like a stubby baton, hangs loosely from their hand. Our local sleeper. Good to finally meet you. She steps into the apartment, glancing around with sharp eyes. What, may I ask, are you doing here? She fixes you with a steady, unwavering stare. Waiting for a friend. Of course. A mutual friend of ours. A good doctor. She walks past you to the apartment, glancing around. We set them up here, you know. This place is one of ours. She picks up a glass from the dispenser and inspects it. People always seem to forget who put them where they are. She glances at you. And I suppose you're here to help. Where are they? I was hoping you'd be able to help with that. She spins the baton in her fingers by her side, her eyes not leaving yours. We have a problem, you and I. It seems our friend has disappeared, left without even saying goodbye, which means they're in a little trouble now. But it's the kind of trouble that you need help for, so I thought I'd come down here and take a look at their little hidey hole. And here you are. The help. She looks through the detritus on the side. And what help? A sleeper, no less. Which I have to admit is a little surprising. It suggests to me that our friend hasn't been very honest with you either. What do you mean? Well, I'm sorry to report that before we got them set up here, Sabine was working for your owners. She pauses. Essenarp. You blink, hard at the news, unsure how to take it. Rabaya looks away, waiting for a response. Oh, I guess her name is Rabaya. I don't believe you. That's very understandable. She crosses into the next room, and you follow silently. She sits at the terminal and touches her baton to one of the access ports. A spark, and the terminal screen skips, encrypted folders emptying themselves before your eyes. In the flicker of files, you see SNARP letterheads and code forms, reports laden with medical data marked with the corporate logo like the sigil of some cult. Rabaya steps away from the terminal. Look all you want. Some of your files may even be there. The volume of documents is overwhelming, but they seem to be mostly reports on early emulation tests, surveys with sleeper candidates, reams and reams of usage data. If Sabine was an SNARP employee, why did they help you? Rabaya reaches over and places a vial of stabilizer on the desk, breaking your concentration. It shimmers in the screen light, its viscous, clear liquid crystalline within the glass. We will, of course, keep up the supply. We're more than able to dispense important medicines, even without the doctor. You hold it between your fingers, and for a tiny moment you have the urge to crush this object for the power it has over you. I'll ask Toshiro to make those a little cheaper for you. He'll be running the surgery now. Rabaya closes up the briefcase lab and holds it at her side. We have to retrieve our assets, of course, but I'm sure you understand. Rabaya turns on her way out. There is no reason for us to be enemies, Sleeper. Come see me. I keep an office nearby. We have good work to do, you and I. Meet me there in a few cycles. She slips out silently into the corridor. You look around the apartment and feel the fear drain out of your body to reveal the tiredness beneath. Aha! And another upgrade point. Perfect. Okay. All right. So we've got 2 4s. And I kind of want to put one here, because we do get a +1, so that'll be a 5, so it's a 50-50. Oh, +3 grounded? It's a bit dangerous. But if we get 1 ship shape per cycle, worth it? Yes! Okay. We did the thing now. So it's just gonna slowly fill up, and then we can add more if we go over here. But I need food. Oh, we got a stabilizer. Oh, that's right. We got a free one. Oh, perfect. Huh. Okay, I need food. Okay, we need 2 more days for this. Oh, yes, Yadigan's dispensary. That's changed. Now it's only 80. Oh, perfect. That's great. Oh, yeah, and I need to go get those so I can... Oh, so many great options, you know? So many real great options. Oh, Rabaya's office. Yeah, what do you need? Oh, just a couple of days. Yeah. Duh. Okay. Course? Sure. Yes. Okay, so if I come here, I might get 3 energy. Or just 1 energy. Good chance I'll get 3. Let's try for it. There it is. And 8 cryo. Perfect. Oh, and now we got 60. Lovely. Okay, things are going well. We've taken out a couple of drives. We've got 2 upgrade points. Oh, we could get one of these. Agent nodes give double data rewards. Keep 2 dice even when condition is breaking. Reroll all of your dice once per cycle. Oh, that might be amazing. Huh. Oh, this sounds amazing. Oh, all of these sound really good. I'm gonna have to think about these, and we will spend those points. We'll spend those points before we spend any of these dice next time when we come back. Thank y'all for watching. I'll play with you again next time here on the BackLog.